Hey, what's up guys? Today we're gonna be cooking our first crabs of 2023. So stay tuned. Alright guys, so today I'm gonna be cooking my very first batch of crabs for 2023. Fortunately, I wasn't able to get out and catch them myself, so I ended up going to Captain White's in Port Washington, picked up some female and male crabs. But today I'm going to be using this burner from Gas One. Big thanks to Gas One for sending it to me. It's greatly appreciated. And we're going to give it a test and see how well it works. So I've got the crabs in the back, so let's get to it. All right guys, so I've got a couple crabs here. This is about a half a bushel of females, and then I also ordered about a dozen males. These are large males. You can see they're lively. Had a bit of a drive to get home, so I got to check for dead loss to see which ones died, because you don't want to put crabs or cook crabs that are, or not really cook, but eat crabs that are dead, because you could get sick. So I'm gonna sort through these. One of the first things that I do before I cook the crabs, I'll ice them down. You can see here I've got a cooler here. It's about a 48 quart cooler. I'm gonna dump them in here, and then I'll ice them down. So I'm actually gonna just take the crabs here. I've got the dozen males. Just dump them in here real quick. All right, that's the dozen males. So I'm gonna sort through these real quick, see which ones have possibly died. Wow, there's some really light ones in here. If you're gonna do this with your hands, be careful. Be aware of how to deal with the crabs. Yeah, so look, this guy died. But this guy's dead, so we're not gonna cook this one. I may save him for bait. I'm gonna dump him there. All right, so I've got these female crabs here. We're gonna sort through these to see if there's any dead loss. Got a nice gloves here, so I can just grab them. Okay, it's fine. All right guys, so out of all those crabs, I got about 8 that are dead lost. So what's gonna happen with these is I'm gonna actually freeze these, and I'll use these for baits for sheephead or tog or redfish, anything, but these guys will now be frozen and used as bait. So I'm gonna go ahead and ice them up for a couple minutes, and then we'll start cooking them. All right, so I've got the ice from my freezer. Just gonna dump it on them. It's not a whole lot, but this should do. I also got a couple ice packs I'm gonna put on as well. I'm gonna spread this over. You get those ice packs real quick. One ice pack, just put that there. Here's the second one, right there. All right, so here's a quick look at my cooking setup. As you can see right here, I've got a burner right here. This is a Gas One burner. They just sent it to me to give it a try, so thanks Gas One for sending it to me. And if you guys are interested in getting one, I'll have a link to this burner in the description below. And underneath the burner, you can see there is a mat there. That's actually a fireproof mat. It's just to help protect the grass. And then also I've got my cooker here. This is a Bayou Classic 60 quart steamer pot. I've had this for probably well over 15 plus years, and it's getting a lot of wear. So it's probably time to get a new one. There's some stains on it and stuff like that. I can't even get them out anymore. And I do have like a little pinhole around here somewhere, so it's long overdue for a new one, but it's done me well for quite some time. Then over there you can see the basket for the steamer. The great advantage of having the basket is that I can start the fire and have the water boiling. Well, it'll be water and vinegar boiling already and hot while I'm dealing with the crabs, putting the crabs in the basket over there. So I'll start the fire, have the pot going, and then I'll start putting the crabs in the basket. And by the time I'm done putting the crabs in that basket, this should be on a rolling boil, and we can start steaming the crabs really quick. All right guys, so here's my pot. I've got some water in there, and the way I like to have my fluid is I like to have water, and then I'll mix it with some cider vinegar. This is just Safeway Select, I think, cider vinegar. Any will work. But really, you just want to have enough water and cider vinegar to make it so that the water doesn't run out and start burning the crab. So I think I have probably like a cup or two of water in there, I'm guessing, because I kind of just eyeball it anyways. And then just gonna put about an equal amount of cider vinegar. I'm totally guessing, so go ahead and put the cider vinegar in. I think that's pretty good right there. So let's go ahead and put it on the burner so we can get that steam going. All right, so now we're gonna start the burner. To start it, we're gonna have to open the valve here on the propane tank. So let's go ahead and open that. Oh, actually it was already open. And then now we have the valve here on the gas burner. We're just gonna open her up. You should hear a hissing noise. Hopefully you can hear that hissing. And then we're just gonna light her up. And the reason you can't see it right now is because it's got a blue flame. It's a really hot flame. Way you can regulate it is there's actually a regulator on this side. I'll show you guys that. Or get a close-up of that. You can open and close it. And that'll, as you can see now, I don't know if you can see the orange flame. This mixer valve here determines how much oxygen can get to the gas, and that's actually what will make it the hotter blue flame. So it's blue right now. I'll show you guys that in another video showing you what it looks like, but now I can put the pot on. So let me go ahead and do that. All right, so you got the pot on, and then I'm gonna just increase the flame a little bit just so we can get the water boiling and have steam going. And then now we're gonna deal with the crabs and put them in this basket. All right, so it's been a couple minutes. The crabs have been on ice. They should be a little bit lethargic now. Yeah, you can see this guy, or this gal right here. She's really lethargic. And it'll be a lot easier to deal with them and put them in the basket. So that's the whole reason why you ice down your crabs. Just makes it a little bit easier to deal with, especially if you had a full bushel and trying to put it in the basket. It'd be pretty crazy if you didn't ice them down. It's really good practice to do just to make your life easier when dealing with some lively crabs. All right, so to cook the crabs, we're gonna use JO #2 for seasoning. And a lot of guys will say, oh, you should use Old Bay, but I use Old Bay as seasoning to put on like fries or vegetables, or even put them on wings and stuff like that. But for crab seasoning for cooking, I like to use JO #2. So now I'm gonna take the crabs. They are in my cooler right here. Should be pretty docile now. You can see here, oh, this one's got no claws, but I'm gonna go ahead and put that down. You can see they're easy to deal with. They're not trying to bite me. Oh, this one is kind of, but it's not that fast. So what I'm gonna do is put a layer of crabs down. I'll show you. You can see so much easier. I'm not even using gloves or tongs or anything. All right, so I've got a small layer right there. So I'm gonna take my JO. I like actually having it in this container. Makes it easy for me to put the seasoning on. So I'm gonna put seasoning on, put a little coat. I do a light coat. Some people like to put a really heavy coat, but I just like a little bit of a light coat on there. You can actually hear the water boiling over there in the pot. I don't know if you can hear that. So I'm gonna put another layer. All right, so I've got another layer. Let's go ahead and put more seasoning on. Oops. You can see some of these other ones are a little bit more lively because I didn't have as much ice, like loose ice in there. Also had to kind of hurry up because I've got actually guests coming over. So, oop, this guy's pretty lively. Yeah, the one side is a little bit more lively, so I didn't have too much packed ice, but they're still more docile than before. So, all right, that's the last layer. We're good to go, so we're gonna go ahead and put them in the pot. All right, guys, so we're gonna put the basket in, like so. Just do it really slowly. So I'm gonna just crank the heat up, or open the valve more. You can hear it. Now we're just gonna put the lid on, I'll wait about like 15 minutes, I'll check it, and then probably get a couple more minutes after that, so stay tuned. All right guys, let's take a quick look. I actually turned the heat down, or the burner down. Should be pretty much cooked. They pretty much are. You can see it, they're all a nice orange, reddish color, more orange to me, but pretty much ready to go. I'll probably give it another 5 minutes or so, and then we'll turn off the burner. All right guys, so the crabs are all cooked. I gave them another 5 minutes. They should be good to go, so I'm gonna go ahead and turn off the burner. So I'm gonna go ahead and take the lid off, just leave it off, and let all that steam come out, and I'll come back and put them on a little tray so you can start eating them. All right guys, you can see the crabs have cooled off a little bit. They're cool enough now for me to take them out. I can probably do it by hand, let me see. So we're just gonna put them in a couple trays and we'll start eating. All right guys, as you can see, the gas one burner did a great job of cooking up the crabs. It took about 20-25 minutes or so, give or take, but I'm pretty happy with it so far. I'll let you guys know how it goes over time, but I'm pretty happy with it. So if you guys are interested in getting one, make sure you guys check out the description below. If you guys have any comments or questions about the cooking process or the gas one burner, let me know in the comment section below. So if you like this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, and if you're not a subscriber, make sure you subscribe for future videos. Well, that's it for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.